inside from my soul.
Let me unmute myself. What's up? What's good? What is happening? Welcome to my live stream. I am the actual King Smith, and this is my Tuesday vlog where I come on and talk about whatever the funk I want to talk about. All right. We're streaming across multiple platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, all them joints. For the early people that tuned in while this is live, I appreciate you. If you're going to catch this on the replay, I appreciate you as well. Before I get into today's vlog, which will be short, all right? Every time somebody says it's going to be short, it ends up being a whole lot longer, but we're not going to do that today. When you come in, if you're watching this on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, do me a favor on the algos. Hit the like button for your boy, all right? Help me out over there on the algorithm, so to speak. Before we get into the topic or get into my vlog today and my opening monologue, let's take a look at the early people. We got Michelle early that said, welcome in. As you pop in, mash that like button. Michelle, I appreciate you. Thank you. Henry Resilient, my man, he said, welcome back. Hey, you know what, man? I got this OBS thing figured out. All right. I appreciate you popping in. CGA's live right now. As a matter of fact, after I get done, I'm going to go over and check out and see what he's talking about tonight. I've been watching and studying the way that he does his edutainment, and I'm inspired. I'm definitely inspired. And you've been keeping up with your content over there too, my man. Hey, if you want to see some really good, I'm going to call Henry's content very based in a foundational research type stuff when it comes to like relationship dynamics and things like that. Go check his channel out. Go check his channel out. That's a smooth cardigan wearing brother over there. I appreciate him popping in. Let's see. He also said, God damn, 5011 platforms. Hey, man, I'm on all of them. I'm on all 5011 platforms, man. Salute to you. Michelle said that she's digging that background. Thank you. My brother, my actual blood brother, is on my live stream. Austin Adam said, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I appreciate that. Man, we got a house tonight. The Real Precious is on. Salute to her as well. That lady's channel is putting out some fantastic content. Yesterday, her and I on her channel did a live stream about fathers. Really, essentially, there was a panel of other men who were all fathers. There was something to be learned. Okay, so if you got some time, go over to her page and check it out. All right, y'all, look, I got a whole monologue. I'm gonna try to see if I can get through this monologue. I'm not a religious person per se, okay? But there's a question that I'm going to have at the end of my monologue that I'm going to pose out there. And it was inspired by what Jalen Rose said about Ja Morant, the NBA basketball player. Jalen Rose himself was a former NBA basketball player. Now he's a current analyst. And he gave this whole speech about how Ja Morant's a guy that he's seen bad things, you know, he's came from the gutter, so to speak, which I don't know Ja's entire history, but a summary look, it didn't make it look that bad. And then towards the end of it, Jalen said, you've made it. Now it is your job to uplift others. And I challenge that. I say it's not my job. I'm not required just because I've made it to uplift others. All right. So the question I'm going to ask at the end of my monologue, I'd like to know what other people think. Okay. As individuals, we often prioritize our own needs and desires. I tell people to. I say prioritize yourself first so that if you wanted to, you could help others. We have our own lives to live, our own problems to solve, and our own dreams and things to pursue and close and goals to attain. In doing so, sometimes you can forget about those around you. Other people may be struggling and could use your help if they seek it. Okay. So, look, we're all part of this world. We're sharing the same resources, eating food. Some people eat a little bit better than others. And in my opinion, I think as an individual, if you're going to be a consumer, don't just take, and take. I would say give back a little bit, but don't just take and not give back. All right. I think you do have a duty and a responsibility to at least give back to resources that you use. Okay. But I'm not talking about just being altruistic. Okay. I'm not saying everybody has to be altruistic in their endeavors and what they're doing. Everybody has their own problems, and there's problems that we face as a society. I'm not one to race bait and things like that, but I think it would be ignorant of me to say that I should move in a way that's a little bit different than others because of my skin tone, because I'm a black man with a beard. Let me just be quite frank about that. I've shared a story on one of my vlogs about where I was the designated driver one time for a bunch of alcoholic veterans. They weren't alcoholics, but they had a lot to drink that night. I drew the short straw. We literally drew straws. It was my idea too, where we put the red tip on the straw, shuffled them up. I held them. I let everybody else pull, and I was the one that ended with the red straw at the end. So I was the designated driver for a charity event. And on the way back, one of the guys had to get out the car and use the restroom. Like, use the restroom, use the restroom. The other two guys got out. They pissed right there on the side of the car. One dude went off the exit ramp into the woods, so to speak, to take care of his business. And then the cops pulled up behind us. And I'm thinking, oh man, this is about to be a bad night. And while I wasn't drinking, there was piss. I mean, you could smell the booze from the car with how heavy the other guys had been drinking. I was the only person of color. And I said, this is not going to end well. We had to pull over because the guy couldn't make it all the way out of the exit to use the restroom. So while he was doing his dirt, cop came by, saw the piss, smelled the alcohol, but he never saw me. He never saw me. I just knew that when he got close to the car, he was going to get everybody out and put our faces down in the piss. But once he just kind of made an assessment, I heard him say, I don't have time for this, because one of the other drunk people in the back started talking and cracking jokes, even though I told him to shut up and let me do the talking. Cop didn't even see me. He saw the other people that were sitting waiting on the guy to use the restroom, said, I ain't got time for this, and drove off. And the entire time I was thinking, man, had that been other people in the car that looked like me, we all would have gone to jail that night. All right. So, like, there is problems when it comes to things that we face as a society, from different poverty levels, depending on how you came up, inequality, the whole nine. All right. But I have to ask myself this question here, and it stems from the Bible. Like I said, I'm not a religious person, but I grew up in the South, so I have a biblical understanding. There's a phrase, am I my brother's keeper? It was somewhere in Genesis, all right? And it's in reference to a story in the Bible of Cain and Abel. The first two, I think they're the first two people from Adam and Eve, all right? Cain is quoted as saying this when he was asked where his brother was, who he had just killed. And it's my understanding that the phrase is now came to mean, am I responsible for the welfare of someone else? Just like Jalen Rose said that John Morant is his job is to uplift the community. I don't think so. I do not think that it is my job to be my brother's keeper. But I'm curious. To that question, what do y'all think? What it's a topic that's been talked about for centuries. Am I my brother's keeper? So I'm asking y'all, to the people that are watching live, to those who are going to catch the replay, are you your brother's keeper? Let me come back here into the comments and see what people are saying. I'll give some people the opportunity to type this out while I read the comments. So the real precious talking to what I said earlier. She said, thanks to all of the men that came through. Absolutely. Pete left Pop Culture Warrior, who's streaming live right now, to come over here for my live stream. Hey man, I heart you for that, brother. Thank you. Pete said, you can only shut the hey Siri, shut up. You can only show them the door, but it's up for them to walk through it. All right. Okay. Michelle said that I'm making me proud. I'm making her proud. Michelle, thank you. I am going to give you a heart as well. Siri, don't you say anything this time. All right. We got oh man, I got a Twitch watcher, and this is one of the ladies who I game with. It is definitely me. I will be gaming tonight with the afros as well. So if you'll be on, we'll chop it up. I appreciate you tuning in. My mother responded, yo, I got my family tuning into my live streams today. Man, what is going on? I'm loving it. My mom said, nope. And that's it. Hey, the mother of my child is in the building. She says, are you asking specifically about your own brother or the public or both? Blood or public? Okay. So, like my actual brother who's watching, or anybody in general, the folks that you shared these resources with. Look, I love my brother. Don't get me wrong. He's came through for me a couple of times. I've came through for him a couple of times. But I'm gonna look dead in this camera and say this to him and to the public in general. If my brother makes a conscious decision to do something stupid and mess up, I'm not expected to bail him out. That's family. That's family. But if the circumstances were dictated that he made a dumb decision, like let's say if he went drinking and driving, ran into a pole and damaged the car or whatnot. Hey, don't call me. Don't call me. Hey, we don't live in the same state. But it's like, no, you make the decision to get behind the wheel of a car after drinking and your ass hit a light pole, you're going to have to face those consequences. I've told y'all, 2023 is the year of accountability. Plain and simple. Too many people lack that word. I used to. I ain't gonna front. I used to. I've tried to make that the forefront of all of my actions, my decision making, and everything that I'm doing this year. Michelle said that she is her sister's keeper. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You know what? I'm looking on Facebook and Michelle said that iron sharpens iron. I agree with that. That's why I do the panels that I do. That's why I'm having my chats with dads where I'm having conversations with other people about life and being a dad in general. I agree with that. I agree that iron sharpens iron. One of my future live streams are going to be about who you keep in your circle. I'm going to say fix your circle. That's literally what the title is going to be. Fix your circle. Because if you're not where you need to be, chances are you're not doing things yourself and your circle's trash. While I am going to say my answer is I'm not my brother's keeper, I can respect the fact that there are people in my life that look out for me in the same way that I will look out for them, but I'm not required to do that. Just because I made it, that don't mean I have to reach back, or I'm not going to say reach down because that's going to sound bad, but I'm not required. It's not my job to uplift. If I want to, I will. If I don't want to, you're not going to shame me into doing it. That's my take on it. All right. Let's see. Said I got the fireplace and that I prepare professionally. Hey, it's what I do. It is what I do. Austin said they need to pour into others when your cup is full, so to speak. Okay, so he's saying if your cup is full, then you can pour into others. But my question to you, Austin, is should you? Just because you can, is it your job to do it? That's where I defer, and I have a difference. I on one of my other platforms, I made this same point, and I got called stupid, ignorant, dumb. I'm what's wrong with society and culture in general, and it was fantastic. I love the hate. All right, but yeah, hey, look, Precious said, "Fam is in the building." Yes, that is my mother. My mother got mistaken for my sister one time. Matter of fact, if you follow my Instagram, you'll see a pic of my mom. All my social media is open. My social media is not private. All of my social media is open. I'm trying to meet the entire planet. I don't have anything to hide. I'm not that kind of dude. See, K.A. Harris said, Michelle, I get your point of view without you explaining. See, I did as well. I agree that iron sharpens iron, but I'm not required to do so. Who texted me right now? Okay, I'll answer that later. Hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in and providing their feedback. Everybody's going to have their own opinion, and that's what's beautiful about the world. The Real Precious over on Facebook says, sometimes you have to love from afar. Your brother is not always blood. People don't like tough love, but it is needed more than it's actually used. Tough love means I have boundaries. If you love me, you will honor my boundaries, and I honor yours. That's how we keep one another. I'm glad you said that. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep that up on the screen, Precious. If you've not lived under a rock, you've likely heard of the name Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was an image consultant, a digital content creator on YouTube, and he took the world by storm over the last 2 years. He passed away sometime last year. I forget the month. I think it was around Thanksgiving-ish or whatnot. And his impact was felt. Now, some people didn't like his style on how he talked to certain people. But when you look at others and a majority of other people, his delivery, the way that he presented information to those, he kind of matched the energy that people gave him. And some people are just hard-headed. Some people just don't want to listen no matter what you say. But the reason why I bring him up was apparently his birthday, had he been alive, was yesterday. And they had kind of a celebration of his life on his YouTube channel. It was 3 hours long. I've gotten through about 2 hours of it so far. And when you hear the way people talk about him, it goes counter to those people that really spoke bad about him. He went viral for telling a lady that based on her looks, she was average at best. And a lot of people took that as him being rude and disrespectful to the lady. Whereas others said, where is he wrong? People overinflate their own value, right? Everybody wants to be a 10. I've said on my blog, I don't call myself a 10. In my head, I'm a 10, but if I'm putting myself to the marketplace, I'm not a 10. All right. I can let somebody else tell me that they're a 10 and I'll smile and do the whole 9. But he essentially showed that type of tough love, and he made people better for it. People say, well, I don't like his delivery and everything, but you can't argue the results of some of the things that he's did where people have came back and said, now he helped me be a better person. All right. Michelle said that as a member of a sorority, OES, I don't know what OES means, and other circles and orgs, I believe that it's important to build up and pour into others. Super C's in the building. All right. Ooh, man, I don't think I can keep up with these comments that fast. Pete said, I will always have your back now. No matter how far, snow, rain, and all of that, nobody will stop me from helping my brother. You know what? If y'all can hear my clapping sounds, there's a lot of positive people in here. Michelle said that, ooh, caveat, she will only help those who want to be helped. Absolutely. Also said, go back and read my first comment. Hell no, it ain't my job. It's optional. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on. I need my clapping sound to work. Got to make sure my clapping sound is working. Let me go fix this real quick. And then boom, clapping sound should be working. That's all I'm saying. Optional. All right. Michelle said that let me holler at those people who said that in the comment. Hey, she was ready to fight somebody the other day. She seen those comments of the people that called me dumb, ignorant, stupid, and what's wrong with society. All right, man. Okay, I'm gonna get through these comments and then I am going to close. This was, hey, I got a lot of people that contributed today, and I appreciate that. K.A. Harris said, in the past, there have been people who helped us because it was mutually beneficial, but there were no expectations of both ways. It's worked for the short term for everyone. As long as people understand the short term of welfare, it works. I agree. I definitely agree. All right. Michelle said that please understand that I believe that, but it's not mandatory. Anything done out of compulsion is not genuine, and I don't support that. I am my sister's keeper. If she can receive that love, and if I feel led to give it. Okay. The Real Precious said, I believe it's your job to tell your story, and whoever it lands on, it lands on. Be purpose driven. That's also my thing, too. And Precious, are me and you sisters? We should be related. It's difficult sometimes to be your co-host because we agree on a lot of things. A lot of things. Now, I'm going to start holding your feet to the flames on something, and you do the same for me. But I agree. Be purpose driven. Absolutely. Michelle, Michelle agreed with Michelle. Precious is Michelle. They both named Michelle. But Precious said, good point, Michelle. God help those who don't help themselves. God don't help those who don't help themselves. Absolutely. Super C said, Kevin and Anton be on point, straight up facts with good intentions. Absolutely. And my soundboard is loud and clear. Perfect. Hey, your last name is Smith? Hey, I did one of those 23andMe's. I don't know if you did as well. I had my data set that if anybody was related to me, they'll pop up. So if you did that 23andMe, let us find out that me and you actually related. That'll be hilarious. I know Smith's a common name, but Pete, my mom was a Smith who married a Smith. Her maiden name was Smith. So I got Smiths on both sides of the family. I know it's a common last name, but let's F around and find out that you and I are actually related. I'd be like, yo, what up, cuz? You did Ancestry? I'm going to do that one too. I am. I will. I'm going to do it just to see if we pop up. Just to see if we pop up. All right? Look, I went 25 minutes today. I don't have a set time for this, but I just wanted to talk about this topic. Am I my brother's keeper? As over on the sports bar, which is another thing that I co-host, it's been getting some traction. It has been getting some traction. People have gave their opinions on that topic, and I wanted to bring it over to this channel as well to see what other people had to say. All right. So before I close out, what is Super C over here talking about? He says Smiths are always getting mistreated by Carters. Look, Super C is the guy who I had on my vlog when I was on leave the last about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We do this annual go-kart racing thing. I didn't come in first. I came in second. Austin came in third, but Chris came in first. And it was the second time we've done that. And we're looking at trying to keep this up annually. So he's got the championship. I'm going to be coming for that belt next year. I'm working on the trophy too, man. As soon as I get the trophy done, I'll send it out to you. And from that point, it'll be whoever if the trophy gets conceded, they'll have to send it to or bring it, since we're all going to be meeting up in person anyway. And we're going to have a whole trophy presentation. I'm about to show y'all who's number one. All right. That is my live stream today. Hey, first of all, let me thank everybody who popped in today. Some faces that I hadn't seen on my live streams have popped up before. So I salute everybody who took the time out on Tuesday night to tune in. All right. My Tuesday vlog is something that I do just to get things off my mind, sometimes have a conversation and see how people respond to it. So thanks to everybody that tuned in. If you haven't already, I have to say this because sometimes people just forget to do it. Mash that like button if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Twitter and Twitch don't have one, but I'm still here for it. I appreciate my lady gamer, the honorary Afro, who tuned in. Hold up, wait a minute. Money Buggy is in the building. He said, "Great show, King." Hey, man, y'all making me happy tonight. A lot of people showed up, commented, and I'm thankful for that. Money Buggy popped in and said something as well. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in. All right, everybody, have a good night. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless with the amount of people that showed up. Thank you. Have a great rest of y'all week, and I'm out. Peace.